this love pain. Anybody got a pill I could pop? For this love pain. Anybody got a prayer I could say? For this love pain, yeah. Ooh, I need it for this love pain. Anybody got a prescription, yeah. For this love pain. Anybody got a pill I could pop? For this love pain. Anybody got a prayer I could say? For this love pain, yeah.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Say, good morning, good afternoon. Everything's gonna be all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Good morning, good afternoon. Everything gonna be all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hey, like the new song? Okay. It's not real. That's not really the way it's supposed to go, but you didn't know that, right? I told you that. Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. This is Vivian today at Successful Mind Power Hour, and we're talking about making a decision, picking your pain. Do you want the pain of failure or the pain of regret? So you know how I always kind of give you a little bit of what I've learned or what I've heard or what I've seen or what I've read or whatever. But I'm telling you today, Mr. Avinash Nagama, and Mr. Nagama, I hope I pronounced your name correctly if you see this, but he really gave a really nice daily inspiration call this morning with iBuumerang, and he's a diamond ambassador with the company, and he was talking about how people tend to think that they need to make things perfect before they get started. Yeah. I mean, been there, done that, because I used to like put things off a lot because I figured it had to be perfect first. You know, I can't put this out there because they might see the comma I left out of that sentence, or I might say too many times, or I might stumble on my thought process. My mind might go blank in the middle of my sentence, kind of like just now. And you can't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. You know why? Because tomorrow's not promised. Tomorrow's not promised. And so if you put it off and put it off and put it off, what's going to happen? See at the end of your life, and you haven't done what you wanted to do or what you said you were going to do. What's going to happen? You're going to have some regret. So before I keep going on, I want to say to you guys, if you are on Facebook or YouTube, and this is your first time here, you have to give StreamYard permission for me to see your comments. So, and it's a little link, and it'll say give StreamYard permission and blah, blah, blah. So you have to give it permission for me to see your comments here. Also, if you're here, please like and share this video because somebody needs to hear it. Maybe not you. Maybe it's not you, but somebody needs to hear this message today. So get back to what I was talking about. So Mr. Nagama shared a story. And stories are powerful, right? Because when you hear a story, you kind of remember it. A lot of things I don't remember, but when I hear stories, I remember them because they're so significant to what the person is talking about. So here's the story. So there was this wise man, and I may not tell it exactly right. So, forgive me if I leave anything out. If you've heard the story, hey, great. If not, it's something new. So there was this wise man, And he loved to read. He loved to read. He loved knowledge. He liked to, research things and things like that. But as also one of his other loves was walking. And so he would walk and read and walk and read and walk and read. And so one day he determined that his shoes were wearing out. And he says, "Oh, you know what? I got to research like the best shoe because I don't want to get the wrong shoe because I want it to be perfect." And so he says, "Oh, I do research, I read, so I'm going to go and get all the books I can on buying shoes." So he walked into town and he got the books on buying shoes. He walked back to his house. And he read all these books about how to measure your feet and what size shoe you should get for your type foot. And I mean, all the sizing, the fitting, all of this stuff. He read all these things. And finally, he was ready to go buy a pair of shoes. He took a stick and he measured his foot. And he walked into town. And so he goes to the shoe shop. And at the shoe shop, he realized, "Oh my God, I forgot my stick." But he had picked out a pair of shoes. The shoes were perfect for him. And he was like, "Oh man, I got to go back home and get the stick." So he walks all the way back to his house to get the stick that he measured his foot with, and then walked all the way back in town. So it was pretty far away. And when he got back to the shoe shop was closed. So guess what? He had to walk all the way back home. But on the way home, the shoes that he had broke. And so he had to walk the rest of the way home barefoot. So the next morning, because he knew now he really needed a new pair of shoes, he went and he walked barefoot all the way to the shoe shop. And the proprietor said to him, "Sir, why didn't you buy the shoes yesterday when you were here?" He said, "Because I forgot my measuring stick." And anybody knows that you have to have your foot properly measured to get the right shoe. And the proprietor looked at him perplexed. And he's like, "Sir, no. You could have tried the shoe on and to see if it fit while you were in the shop yesterday." And the wise man, supposedly wise man, was flabbergasted. He was like, "No, no, no. The book said this." And then he said, "Sir, you don't need a book to know how to buy a pair of shoes. All you have to do is pick out the shoe, try it on. If it fits and if it feels good, there you go." So sometimes what happens is we make things more complicated than they need to be. That was the moral of the story. We make things more complicated than they need to be. And we go into perfection mode and then don't get anything done. Because you see how he went to the store. He was at the store. He could have bought a pair of shoes, had a nice pair of shoes before the shoes broke. But because he was so fixated on being perfect, he didn't buy the shoes. So if you are in a situation where you are trying to be perfect before you get started doing anything, don't do that. Because all that's going to do is to delay your progress. And I know people, everybody wants to be, have the perfect face on, but nobody's perfect. You're not going to be perfect. You cannot be perfect. There's just not a possibility that you're going to be perfect. And when you put off things trying to be perfect, you're going to experience failure. I know you think, "Oh, well, if I get it perfect, I can't experience failure." Yes, you can. Because what you've done is you put off your progress. And when you put off your progress, then you experience regret because you didn't do something earlier. You know how sometimes, you'll think about doing something, you think about doing something, and all of a sudden somebody else does it. They did it right away. You were waiting on it to be perfect. And now they're experiencing the success that you thought that you should have. So if that is the case, then stop trying to be perfect and just do it. It's okay. If you mess up, guess what? Lessons. And you'll know what not to do next time. If you are trying to be perfect, you're trying to get every I dotted and every T crossed before you start doing something, it's going to be years. And that's years of wasted time. And then in the end, if you just can't get it perfect, you're just not going to do it. And then when you don't do it, that's when you start living with regret. So you're going to have to pick your pain. Do you want to be perfect and not fail? Or do you want to do it, fail, learn lessons, and not live with regret? So if whatever pain that you want to choose, that's up to you. But you have to pick one. You have to pick one. Not both. You can't have both. This is not a menu where you can go, you know what, I want perfection and I want to win at the same time. If you never go through anything, how do you think you're going to learn anything? If everything you did was perfect, all 100% perfect, and everything you did, everybody loved, how do you think you're going to learn how to deal with the pain of rejection or regret or failure if you never experienced it? It's just like, a foot doctor doing heart surgery. Foot doctor has never done heart surgery. Would you go to a foot doctor to do your heart surgery? I'm thinking no, because that doesn't sound right, right? That's not what he was trained to do. So if you think about, if you are trying to perfect something and you never do it, how do you know what failure feels like? How do you know what steps to go through to tell somebody else how to do what you did? Because everybody doesn't have the same experience, right? So if you're trying to help somebody, you can't help somebody else do something. Oh, if you went from point A to point B without any dips in the road. So it's okay to go into the dips. Sometimes the dips will help you be a better person on the other side of that. And remember I said yesterday, your best life is on the other side of fear. If you stop worrying about the fear of failure and celebrate your failures, oh, wow. Okay, I know what not to do next time. And then it's okay. You just keep going and then start doing something. Don't keep researching. Research is great to a certain extent. But if you got to research for 10 years to take one step, you wasted 10 years. Take a step. Fail. Oh, learn lessons. Take a step. Maybe fail again. Learn a lesson. You learn what not to do, and you learn what to do. But if you spend half your life worrying about it being perfect, it'll never get done. Because nobody on this earth is perfect. Nobody. You can think that all you want. You can think that you're perfect. It's okay if that's what you think of yourself. But you're not. None of us are perfect, and we can't be perfect. But we're perfectly imperfect, and so just start. Just start. Whatever it is, just start doing something. So my computer over here. Hold on. All right, so I want to say something to you. I've done the same thing. I that's why I can tell you what not to do, right? In my lifetime, I have tried to be perfect. I didn't want to do it. Oh, I don't want to do that because, it's just not right yet. And, oh, this is not right yet. And, oh, that's not right yet. And, oh, maybe if I do it, I'll do it later. Maybe I'll do it later once I get this perfect. Yeah. And it never happened. It never happened. And I regretted that. So this is how I can tell you that trying to be perfect and never doing anything is not productive at all, even though you think it's productive, because you're doing like the wise man was doing all this research about these shoes when he could have just went to the store, had the storekeeper help him get some shoes, and he would have had to walk barefoot to the store or to his home. He experienced the pain of regret when he could have just taken action and got it over with. So here's an opportunity for you. Don't turn down an opportunity if you've never tried it. I heard Eric Worre say he and his wife was doing this virtual GoPro event, and they had like a few days to build this big virtual studio. And they just took on the challenge. They said, yes, they had no idea how they were going to get it done, but they got it done in 3 days. I think it was 3 or 4 days. They got it done because they took on the challenge, and then they went to work calling the necessary people, talking to the necessary people to get it done. And it was a wonderful event. Did it go off without any hitches? No, there was some stuff that went wrong, but they fixed it. They had some people in their corner to help them. And you can do the same thing. If you have somebody in your corner to help you, would that make it better for you? Would that take away that nagging, oh my God, I don't know if this is going to work voice in your head? And if that's the case, I'm going to offer you something. I have a business opportunity. And if you come and see the business opportunity, you can decide whether or not it's right for you. That's up to you. You get to decide that. But if it's not for you, okay. But at least you have the information, right? But what if it is? What if you pass up an opportunity because you're being skeptical? Oh God, so many skeptical people. Oh, I think this is a scam. Oh, I think this is not going to work. Oh, I saw somebody else that it didn't work for you. Are you basing your life on somebody else's progress? On what somebody else did? You can't do that. If they were a failure at it, it's because of something that they did, not because of the opportunity, but because of something they did. So I'm offering you a chance to take a look at this opportunity. If it's for you, fantastic. If it's not, fantastic. But you get to make a decision and make an informed decision. So you can, I left the information in the description for my messenger. And if you send me a message on Messenger, make sure you put #business opportunity, or I'm probably not going to answer. just saying, because I get a lot of people coming at me with some crazy stuff. So if you want to know about the business opportunity, start your conversation off with #business opportunity, and then just tell me who you are and what you want to hear, and you want the information. If not, no worries. Okay. I think I also left did I leave my? No. Yeah. I just left the link to for my DM in Messenger, and you do #business opportunity, and then we can talk. because I would want to know what you really want, because I don't want you to get into anything that you don't really want. But we have an opportunity where you get to choose from several different things. It's literally a business mall. So you get to come in and say what you want to do, what you don't want to do. And it's all up to you. So I wish you guys all the best. Stop procrastinating because you think it's going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. There's always going to be some little flaw that you're going to find that somebody else not even paying attention to, by the way. People not paying attention to your flaws. They're paying attention to your message. Just think about that. Okay, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow on my next video. But in the meantime, I wish you peace, I wish you love, and I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.